ELI5 How Does UV Light Sanitize Things? The UV light has enough energy to break chemical bonds. This destroys the molecular machinery that keeps living organisms alive. That's why we have evolved to produce melanin, which darkens our skin. It absorbs UV light that would otherwise destroy our skin cells, sunburn, or make them go haywire. Skin cancer. The photons that make up UV light penetrate through cell walls, killing bacteria and viruses. I run UV systems at work. We run through RO reverse osmosis units first legally. We can't just run UV systems because UV light doesn't kill Giardia. RO units on their own do produce legally potable water where I live. So adding a UV system is really unnecessary. But water requirements differ from state to state in the US, so it's very possible requirements are different elsewhere. It kills just about anything it hits. It burns. Just like the UV in sunlight burns your skin. The effect on a large object, person, animal is limited depending on the amount of UV, of course. The effect on tiny things like bacteria or microbes is more intense and destructive. I worked as a UV water disinfection technician for 5 years for the top leading manufacturer in UV water disinfection, Trojan UV. What's going on is the light hits whatever bacteria it is, and the light penetrates the cell and actually changes the DNA structure of the bacteria so it can no longer keep reproducing. Initially it does not die or is not killed immediately. It eventually dies off because it's no longer able to reproduce anymore. The sun is a deadly laser. UV light is the strongest laser beam coming from the sun. To sanitize is to remove anything that could harm our bodies, mostly germs. So we use the deadly laser UV light to kill germs. And that's why it works as sanitizer. UV light can also damage or destroy the DNA chromosomes of harmful bacteria, viruses, which doesn't always kill them, but prevents them from replicating into larger numbers that would cause significant harm once ingested or in an open wound. That part of the light spectrum, radioactive to a point where it can do some damage. Do enough damage to microbe. It's dead in the water, e.g. DNA, RNA all messed up. It's done for. So it can reduce microbial levels and could meet definition of what sanitizing is. Same reason it is not good for people to be out in the sun without sun protection. But in water treatment systems or whatever you are asking, it's probably way more intense. Think of it like bullets small enough to kill bacteria and viruses. And you wear sunscreen to stop the same from happening to you. You know how too much sunlight can damage your skin? That's because UV light. UV light can sanitize things because it can damage living organisms. Some of those living organisms, like some bacteria, are bad for our health. Therefore, damaging them with UV light sanitizes stuff.